but you will not get that flat tummy. No, 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 if you don't eat right. And today the tip I want to give you is on including fiber into your diet. Dietary fiber is a critical component of our diet. I know we remember the fats, we remember the vegetables, where actually most of the fiber comes from, and our carbohydrates. So to be able to include fiber into your diet, it's very important to remember to include vegetables into your diet. So we get our fiber from vegetables, from nuts, but beware about the nuts. If you overdo them, you're going to gain a lot of weight. So actually about just a tablespoon a day is all that you need, unless you're very, very active. The other place you can get fiber from is fruits, as well as legumes. So we have both the soluble and the non-soluble fiber. The soluble fiber comes from mostly legumes, among other foods, and the non-soluble tends to come from the vegetables. And it's important in our diet because it also feeds some nice little things that live in our gut we call the microorganisms, the healthy bacteria in our large intestine. So remember, as you feed yourself, you need to feed those little micro things because they are very important in balancing out things in our health as well. So remember to eat whole meal foods, because when you're eating your carbohydrates from whole grains, like you're eating maize that is not deprived of the fiber, wheat that's not deprived of the fiber, matoke, sweet potatoes and all that, you are going to be able to eat, adequate fiber. So in simple terms, what I'm saying, keep your food real and minimally processed, and you'll be able to get the fiber you need in your diet. So remember that. Okay, let me answer a few questions from some of you. I've been getting from inbox from my Facebook page, Dr. Fitness. So if you have the questions, keep them coming. We'll keep answering them here at It's Fitness Time. So someone asked, actually, I've gotten this question severally. The times I've posted meals on my Instagram wall, Dr. Fitness, people ask me, you mean you have carbs for supper? By carbs, we mean carbohydrates. So there's a time I posted some piece of chapati. Yes, I do eat chapati, but I portion it and I do not eat it frequently. And another time I posted some meal with ugali, and a few people have asked me, you eat carbs for supper? Yes, I do. And there's nothing harmful about you eating carbs for supper. The only thing is to ensure that the portions are small, ensure that you're always active, and ensure that even after you have your supper, you have about 2 hours before bedtime to ensure that you have adequate time for digestion. The thing is, so long as you keep your 24-hour meal intake within your required energy requirements or allowances, then there's no need to worry, because carbohydrates do not become suddenly fattening at supper. If you eat too much of it at breakfast or at lunchtime, you will still become fat. So the thing is, portion it. You can eat it anytime, but don't extend late into the night, but keep it healthy and whole. So as someone asked, can I eat ugali or rice for dinner? I understood that you're wondering whether you can have carbohydrates. Yes, you can, but my kind of ugali is the type that most people sneer at. It's the portion meal one, the unrefined one. I love it. I bake it very nicely, and it's really yummy with some greens. Oh, some managus. Yes, and the rice, if you can, as much as possible, do brown rice, or really, really limit your portions and have it with some vegetables and some lean protein. The other question we have is from a lady. This name is hard to pronounce. She asks, my waist increased from size 30 to 36 in 3 months. What could be the problem? That's a bit alarming. It's possible. If you're eating way too much, you can increase weight to the point that your waist circumference increases by 6 inches in 3 months, but that's unusual. And it's unusual for me as a doctor. It raises some red flags because there are a number of other things that can increase your waist circumference. We talk of the fetus. I hope you have checked and you're not pregnant. We talk of letters. If you're having too much gas, but I believe you've omitted that. And we talk of fluid. But in the case of fluid, people who have medical conditions to cause them to have a lot of fluid in the midsection, then they will have other symptoms with them to indicate that there's a problem. Because we have people with renal failure, you've seen them, kidney failure or heart failure or liver disease, can accumulate a lot of fluid in the midsection and have big bellies, but they will not increase weight elsewhere. So there are a number of things. So it's very good to get checked by your doctor, you know, be examined, have some few tests done like an ultrasound or whatever your doctor will decide, just to be sure we are not missing something serious. Some women, as they advance in age, there's a tendency to get what we call fibroids. People might be thinking you're pregnant, but you have a mass going on. But I don't want to scare you. I just wanted to highlight the fact that there are a few other things that could make your belly distended that is not necessarily fat. But when you've ruled out those other things, you've consulted your doctor, you've been checked out, and sure enough, those other things have been omitted, then the other thing, and the commonest that gives you a big belly, is fat. Let's deal with it. That's what we are doing here at It's Fitness Time. Remember to eat right, follow our tips, limit your portions, and by portions, I mean the amount of food you're eating, limit those sugared things, and you'll start losing weight. And exercise with us, because we do that every day here at It's Fitness Time. As usual, keep interacting with us. We are there on Instagram and on Twitter as Ebru TV Kenya. Our hashtag is It's Fitness Time. Let me remind you the questions we get. It's mostly from my Facebook page, Dr. Fitness. Ask the questions, inbox me, follow my page, interact with me. I post my meals on Instagram every so often. Let me hear your questions and what you think about my meals, and we'll keep interacting.